Hey everybody, Paddy here. Now thank you for watching and listening to TFN, the effin' news. Now this is all positive news and stuff that can help us live our lives. First up, it took White Ferns batter Susie Bates 18 years to achieve her one goal in cricket. We can learn a lot from her positivity through all those years. She is our great Kiwi, and we meet the aunties. Good Kiwis, women knitting thousands of beautiful things for babies, kids and their mums who have been victims of domestic violence. And I'll bring you the brainy Kiwis who had to battle Sanitarium and an Australian cheese company who tried to crush them. And how good are the Wellington Phoenix? I'll tell you exactly how good. And I visit a special school and find out their extremely special Kiwi Dreams. Right, let's get into it. The White Ferns are world champions. Yes, world champions for the first time in their history after losing 8 times. They last week won the T20 World Cup. To make the challenge that bit harder, they went into the Cup in India on a 10-game losing streak. But they turned that around to destroy South Africa in the final and win it all. Opening batter Susie Bates, an absolute legend, has played for the White Ferns for 18 years, including every single one of those World Cup losses. Susie Bates is today's great Kiwi. Susie, how do you retain positivity? The White Ferns needed to win a World Cup coming off a 10-match losing streak. That is incredible. Where did you find the positivity?
Yeah, it's I guess it's something that I've just learnt through cricket is that, you know, any game of cricket, good things and bad things can happen to you or the team. And I've just learnt the resilience, and every morning making sure, especially when I'm on tour, but not just on tour, every day of my life, making sure I set my mind in a positive way, whether that's through moving my body, talking to people that are positive, reading something positive. I've just found in cricket, if you don't have that mindset to start the day, then by the end of the day, I guess things can happen that then can shift your mindset.
Because it's really needed to win a World Cup, and I'll just say right now, it is absolutely awesome to be speaking to a world champion. Congratulations. Does it feel awesome?
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Yeah, it kind of gives me goosebumps just to think that that happened. And yeah, as an athlete, that's the ultimate. So yeah, we did it, and I can now say forever that I'm a world champion, and with 14 other players, yeah, we've got that title, and it's just that, yeah, it's amazing.
It does feel good to you. So it's a dream. It was your dream to be a world champion, I take it.
Yeah, 100%. I was really fortunate at the start of my career in the White Ferns. I think I played in 3 World Cup finals early on, and we finished second in those, and I got a taste of, you know, what it might feel like if we were on the podium. And it took another 14 years to get to a final, but once I had that taste early on, as a cricketer, you're in a team sport, and the ultimate is to win a World Cup. And the fact that 14 years later I even got an opportunity and we managed to do it is, yeah, it's a little bit surreal, but that's the ultimate goal. And I've been playing for a long time, and that's the one thing I've been chasing.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll help you out here and let you say the words, you know, I'm a world champion. You can say them again.
I am a world effing champion.
It does sound good, doesn't it? But let's go through those struggles to get there. You know, I said earlier, obviously losing the 10 games on the bounce, but you're right. It was 8 World Cups that the White Ferns had been to and lost. Of course, there was the one-day World Cup back here at home that you guys didn't go so well in. You know, it was an incredibly rocky ride to get there. You're one of the most senior players there. Where did you draw that resilience? How deep down did Susie Bates need to go to get there?
Yeah, like, it's hard to sort of put in words, but I know the last World Cup in South Africa, I had a moment in my hotel room which felt like one of the darkest days for me as a cricketer. We'd started that World Cup. We played Australia and South Africa in the first 2 matches. I got 2 ducks in those first 2 matches, and we lost those games by quite a fair bit, and that made it really difficult for us to qualify for the semi-finals. And I remember vividly getting back to my hotel room after the second loss and my second duck, and I just wondered at that moment why I kept putting myself through that, because that hurt more than I think any of the losses was my own failure as well as the team's failure. So I think it took me a couple of days over there to recover from that and get positive again. Yeah, every end of a World Cup for me has ended with failure, because unless you win it, you feel like you haven't achieved your goals. So finally, to finish a World Cup on a high, knowing you've won the last game, it was the best feeling ever.
And in the semi-final, there's, what's been described as, Michael Jordan moment. Some of your teammates say you think you're Michael Jordan. You took the ball or demanded the ball to bowl that crucial last over. What sort of takes over in that moment when you want to be the clutch player who wins it for the team?
Yeah, well, it feels positive when you call yourself Michael Jordan. So you can start your day saying, I am Michael Jordan. I think you'd feel invincible. I guess as a leader in those moments, you want to step forward. And I think in those moments when you have lived through the heartache of being a White Fern and missing out on finals, I would have much rather had control in that moment and have the ball in my hands, knowing that, I guess, destiny was in my control a little bit. So, yeah, I'd kind of forgotten about that moment when the first ball went for 4, and I was thinking, oh dear, come on, you need to step up here. So just, yeah, I guess proud that I took that moment and walked towards it rather than walking away from it.
And looking at your career, it's gone on for quite a long time. I'm sure you'd agree with that. 18 years, starting as a teenager, 334 international appearances, quite a lot, the most ever.
Yes.
How many barriers have you had to break down in that time? And I'm talking about not just sporting barriers, I know you've broken down a lot of those, but societal barriers about the perception of female athletes since you started. Do you feel that you have had to overcome, not just sexism, but ageism?
Yeah, I think I probably feed that myself, calling myself a grandma and, worrying about my age at times and how much longer I can do it. But I think when I don't spend too much time thinking about it, I realise my body's still able to do the job that I need to do. I'm still able to contribute to the team. I still have youthful energy, I think. And that, yeah, age is literally just a number. And I think as well as being a female and a bit older, there are perceptions from other people that, at a certain age, you need to sort of settle down and do other things. And I think that's changing now. And to be able to have a career for a lot longer, whether that's in sport or professionally, I guess I'm proud that I didn't fall down that path and buy into what everyone else perhaps thought. And I've sort of gone on my own journey. And I feel as young as I was sort of 5-6 years ago in terms of my body and mind, and that's what counts. And I don't want to buy into that notion until I guess there is a point where I can't physically and mentally do what I love.
Yeah, so you're saying, you feel there's a perception that a woman of your age should be off, doing something else rather than focusing on sport, and you potentially could have given in to that perception.
Yeah, and I think less so now, which is exciting. I think society's changed so much, but yeah, perhaps when I was 30, the questions are, what else are you going to do? Like, you're playing cricket, but what else are you going to do with your time? And I used to think at that time that I bet no one asked Brendan McCullum what else he was going to do other than play professional cricket. So I feel like now it's so accepted to be a professional athlete, and hopefully I can inspire other women in their 30s to not give up too early.
Yeah, at anything, particularly,
yeah, exactly.
but particularly sport. And do you think that these barriers have, breaking down these societal barriers, has that made you stronger as a person and as an athlete, Susie?
Yeah, 100%. And I think my resilience and the work that I've had to learn to stay positive is something that will help me for the rest of my life. And hopefully I can help with the younger team members now with so much more media pressure, and there's negativity still out there, but at least at the moment for the White Ferns is only positive things. But yeah, that's what I'm most proud of, is the resilience and to shut out those voices of what other people think.
And deep within you, Susie, you know, being a world champion now, after all of that, everything we've talked about, the societal pressure, the pressure in the game itself, the pressure on you, you know, deep down, what does it mean to you to be a world champion?
Yeah, it literally means everything. And I know sport's not everything, but it's been my life. And you have so many doubts along the way, and any athlete will say that they've doubted themselves, they've wanted to quit, they've wanted to give up. And to think about that journey in the White Ferns from 18 to 37 and the turmoil that has been there at times, the highs, the lows, the teammates that you've played with, the coaches that you've had throughout that journey, and the family that's been there regardless of how that's gone. Yeah, it literally is the best feeling ever. And I'm never going to forget that feeling either, which is so great. When I finish, I'm always going to be a world champion.
And one final quick bit of advice, we've got to go, one final quick bit of advice for other Kiwis, if you could pass something on to other New Zealanders.
And it's easy. I can say it now, like, never, ever give up on your dreams, whatever they are, whatever age you are, whatever barriers get thrown in your face. If you have a goal, if you have a dream, never give up on it, because it is so worth it.
Susie Bates, world champion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Right, before I talk about how good the best sporting franchise in the country is, I want to let you know that I've written a book. It's a memoir. I love saying that, memoir. And I'm touring the country with it. If you live in a town, I'm probably coming to see you this November and December. I want to bring some yarn, some laughs, and some positivity, of course, and I want to meet you. Find out where I'll be, get some mates, and come to the show. Just go to paddygower.co.nz for tickets. Right, moving on now to how good, and today I'm talking football. It's time to talk some facts. Now, you may have heard a lot of hype about a certain professional football team called Auckland FC from a certain city called Auckland. Now, many Aucklanders suffering from the affliction known as Aucklander syndrome seem to think anything with the word Auckland in it is the only thing that matters, including themselves. Now, I, for one, am sick of the hype about Auckland FC, which is driven by Aucklanders and the Aucklander media. So let's get some things straight. They have played 2 games. Aucklanders didn't care enough about football for 17 years to get a professional team up and running. Literally, they could not be bothered. The only reason Aucklanders have this team now is because a rich American came in and did it for them. Truth. Now, Auckland FC are nicknamed the Black Knights, even though Auckland is blue and Knights are actually medieval. The last knight existed in the 15th century. Europeans first set foot here in 1769. So to be clear, there has never been a medieval knight in New Zealand. We have nothing to do with knights. A very, very weird nickname. Now, Auckland FC supporters, speaking of weird, are called the Port. Why? They are based at Mount Smart. It is so far away from the port, it is not funny. Actually, it is laughable. Because maybe we should ask the Auckland FC marketing team, because they created the Port. It's not really a supporters club. Anyway, these Aucklanders will get what is coming for them this weekend in the first local derby, Auckland FC against the Wellington Phoenix. Now, the Phoenix are a real football club. They've been around for 17 years. They stepped into the ashes left by Auckland. The Phoenix is therefore a great name for a great club, and I don't care if we've never had a Phoenix in New Zealand. They have survived and thrived by people, thanks to people and a city who care about football. They are a real supporters club as well. They have one called the Yellow Fever, who've been there through thick and thin. Now, honestly, how good are the Phoenix? This will all be sorted out this Saturday on Derby Day. By the way, I'm Phoenix till I die. Okay, now it's time for today's Good Kiwi. No Kiwis could be more good Kiwis than Kiwis who knit for other Kiwis who need knitting and, more importantly, help. But the knitting team I'm going to introduce you to right now are more like a factory of goodness. This lot have knitted over 3,700 items so far this year. Let's meet Trish and the group they call the Yanties.
Well, my name's Trish, and these are some of the lovely ladies that are part of Yanties.
Yanties?
Yeah, so there's a little story attached to that. My sister and I were doing our knitting and crochet one day, and she said, I think it's a dying art. We chatted a bit more and thought a group would be nice, and then tutued around with the name and came up with Yanties, yarning with the aunties while drinking tea.
I'll just unravel this yarn for you.
You'll just keep yarning and
I'll just keep
unraveling.
yarning to you while I unwrap this yarn. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that what you want me to do? Yarn to you and give you yarn.
Well, yeah.
What do you Yanties do with everything you knit?
We gift it all to charity. They're predominantly supporting people who have escaped domestic violence or are struggling financially, and we provide them with warmth, with love. So we may not know them, but we do care, and we give them our best because we think they deserve dignity.
And how many of you are there? There's quite a lot of you.
I think on average there's about 40 people knitting for us.
There's 40 Yanties.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, Yanties!
Now, Francis, tell me how old you are.
Do I have to?
Please, please. I should have said please, shouldn't I?
Yes, definitely. I've just turned 96.
And what do you like about it, Francis?
Well, I like making things. It's something to do, especially now I'm older. I can no longer sew.
Hook it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then slide it off. Yeah, we've got a little bit of extra action going on there.
A little bit of extra action, that was kind.
We're the under 55 contingent. It's bringing people from so many different aspects of the community together, creating love, sharing the love, you know, and we have the means to do it.
Tell me about the wee blankets. I mean, do the kids use the blankets?
These are mainly for the kids. They go on their beds, but I've been told by a few people that have fostered a lot of children that these are like their security. So when they're feeling stressed, they can wrap it around them and they feel secure. Oh, I just feel very blessed, really blessed that we're able to help children. And then we're helping the mums and dads as well. We have a purpose, and if you've got a purpose, it helps you to get up in the morning, and it gives you that something to believe in, and you know that you're helping people. And without people, the world's an empty place. So you need people. That's what it's all about, people.
Hey, I just want to say that I think you are a really good Kiwi, Trish.
Oh, thank you. Thank
For
you.
doing this, you're a really good Kiwi.
Thank you very much.
Actually, all of you are good Kiwi, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Can't just say that you are.
No, no,
not
no,
the
no,
other
no.
knitters.
No, and crocheters and sewers.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So if you want to help the Yanties get some yarn for their important and actually beautiful mahi, go to yarntees.co.nz, and just in case you missed it, they could always do with more yarn or actually more knitters. Now, if you know a good Kiwi out there that you want to dob in, someone who's making a real difference to the community, email me, paddy@tfn.co.nz. That's paddy@tfn.co.nz. Okay, I don't want to tell you too much about our brainy Kiwis today because their story is so incredible and actually just so cool. Let me tell you that these two brainy Kiwis, though, came up with something great and had to fight for it. Shannon and Laura from All Might Gold are right here with me. Now, as always, Shannon and Laura, you've got 3 minutes to answer my 4 questions. Now, why I didn't make it 3 questions in 3 minutes, I don't know, but that doesn't matter. You've got 3 minutes to answer 4 questions. Now, what does this product, All Might Gold, solve?
So Shannon and I, we used to work together and we became fast friends pretty quickly. We both wanted to start a business. I've always wanted to have my own business, and we decided to give it a crack, give it a go. We looked at a broad range of products as well. We're like, where do we go? What do we do? We really wanted to do something that was different, unique, and solved a particular problem. And that's when Shannon had a eureka moment in the supermarket looking at breakfast spreads and thought, you know what, there's Vegemite and Marmite here, but there's no premium, really nutritious yeast spread available as well. So I actually remember getting her phone call and she said, you know, hear me out, but how about we create a new yeast spread? And I thought, bloody hell, if you think about Marmite and Vegemite and how loyal people are to it, and also the cultural divide it causes.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I don't know if we, you know, can we tackle that? And then I thought, oh, bugger it, let's give it a go.
And this is it, All Might Gold. So
Yes, yes.
does it solve this problem of just there being Vegemite and Marmite? Do you mind if I
Oh, go for it.
Yeah.
crack the top? Just so happens I've got a spoon here.
Yeah,
Look,
nice.
it does, because it's got a kind of a flavour like that, but it's actually better for you. You know, we use tahini, apple cider vinegar, and turmeric, so it's delicious, but it also is good for you too.
Well, I'll be the test of that. You just hold your horses. Yum.
Yeah, it's
You like
good,
that?
right?
Do you get other reactions like this? I take it you do.
Oh, I mean, so we still go to the farmers markets, and there's nothing I love more than, you know, someone coming up and saying, what is this? And being a little bit cautious to try it, and then they try it and they go, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, sorry. Oh
And I'm
my
like-
God, I should have been a little bit more, but you can really taste the tahini, which is a beautiful taste. So how far have you got with this in terms of, obviously it's in market, but have you had any issues, I guess?
Yeah, so we launched in May of 22. So we had about 20 different variations. I worked on it in my kitchen during lockdown, and within about 2 months of us launching at a local farmers market, we got hit with this letter, a legal letter from the makers of Marmite, kind of going, you know, we have problems with the name, and both Laura and I were like, oh my God, like our first reaction was like horror, because we started this as a side hustle, and all of a sudden we're getting this legal letter.
Yeah.
We'd only had it like on our website and at the local farmers market. And at first we were like, what should we do? And I said, look, this is what we wanted, right? We wanted to become a competitor. And so they're noticing. So it's a bit of a compliment, really. And then, you know, we won a food award for that particular product, the New Zealand Food Awards.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 22. And then, shortly thereafter, we got a legal letter from the makers of Vegemite. So by that point, we were actually a bit angry, because we're like, what the,
So you got a legal letter from the makers of Marmite,
Yeah,
and then another one from the makers of Vegemite.
correct.
Paddy, we had legal letters coming out about years.
You're taking on Big Might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and,
they
I
did-
think one of them was saying that we were trying to deceive customers into believing All Might Gold was Marmite. And as you can see, the taste is different, the color is different, the packaging is different. Yeah, so we were pretty surprised, but fortunately, common sense prevailed, and in both instances, we've been able to resolve that, and now we're free to move ahead.
So that was Sanitarium is, I want to say, Marmite, and
Yeah.
then Vegemite is another big...
Bega?
Oh, Bega, yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
And
taking
for
them
lots
on.
of legal dollars compared
Yeah.
to little bootstrapping us.
Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, my fourth question is, how big could this get?
Well, it's still just Shannon and I. We're still bootstrapping. I'm still working full time. And, we are actually, ahead of up to 300 stores now. We'd really love it if Kiwis, helped and got behind us and turned it into something big for New Zealand. And, a big dream of ours is that we'd actually love to see a jar of All Might Gold in every Kiwi household.
That's a great dream.
Yeah, and part of why Vegemite kind of went against us is because our plans for 25 is to actually go into Australia. So Australia and New Zealand, look out.
All right, brilliant dream, brilliant product, and quite yummy as well. Now, we will reach out to Sanitarium in Bega Cheese for comment. And if you know of a brainy Kiwi, like these two brainy Kiwis, who are solving either the big problems or even the small problems of the world, email me, paddy@tfn.co.nz. And now it's time for today's Kiwi Dream, where I go out on the streets and ask people their dreams. Now, I was out in New Lynn last week in West Auckland, and I'd actually been filming something else when I heard someone call out to me from a car park saying, "Come over here, Paddy. Come over and see us." And my camera operator, Blair Martin, and I, we walked over. We walked into something truly special. Actually, it was the car park of a special school, Auckland Special School for people with special needs. And what I found was, frankly, extraordinary. I was just asking people what their dreams were. What do you really want to do with your life,
I'm going to Unitec next year.
Yeah, and what do you want to do there?
Learn about living. Literacy and living.
How to live your life and get through and do things?
Yes, I certainly do.
I'm going to come in and have a look at the school. You've got a dream about what you want to do with the rest of your life?
Yes.
What is it, Daniel Armani?
I can do this all day.
Come to school?
Yes.
That's your dream, to come to the school every day?
Love school.
Yes.
You love school?
Yes.
Do you have a dream?
Teacher.
Say again?
Job.
Oh, to get a job?
Yeah.
Your dream is to get a job?
Yes.
That's a cool dream.
Yeah.
I reckon you're going to do that one day. Any kind of job you think of, or you just want any job?
Emmy.
You want any job?
Yeah.
That's a really cool dream, Fatima.
I just want to be a millionaire. That's my dream.
What would you do with all the money?
I would, buy my family a big dream house. We stay in one house.
You get your family all in one big house.
Yeah, so we don't have to visit them and, just stay in one whole house. It'd be nice.
You obviously really love your family.
I do. Love them so much. I would never lose them.
Have I met you somewhere before, do you think?
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
What's your big dream?
Help to win the lotto, I think.
Win lotto? That's a good dream.
Yeah.
I have that dream a lot as well.
Oh, yeah.
What would you do with all the money?
Well, I'd probably save some of it, give it to charity who need it. It's a big thing for people who need homes and are lost without it. And they're suffering from cancer. We should give that money to them for help and support the community.
So your dream is to win lotto to help others?
Yes, to help others by inspiring others to do their best.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you very much, Paddy.
Yeah, I've learned a lot off you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, shake hands.
Thank
Shake
you
hands.
very much.
Shake hands. Do you want to have a little hug? Yeah, because I've learned a lot off you today.
Thank
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Elliot is your twin, because I was like, yes,
Yeah.
I feel like I've met this guy before.
Yeah.
But no, Elliot is your twin brother downstairs.
And I'm the same. We're both the same but different.
Yes, I know. You are the same but different.
We got different skin colour, same hair colour though, but
Yes.
different skin.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Paddy.
Thank you.
You have a good day.
Well, a truly special school there, of course, Auckland Special School. And it goes to show, not that we really needed reminding, but everybody has dreams. And everybody's Kiwi dream is as powerful as another Kiwi's. Now, that's TFN for another week. Don't forget that I am on tour all over New Zealand in November and December. I'm coming to a town near you to see you. You can see me, I can see you. It will be live and in person. Get tickets and come see me so I can see you at paddygower.co.nz. And before then, while I'm plugging things about myself, the NZ TV Awards Personality of the Year is out, and a certain Paddy Gower is in there, so you can go and vote for me at www.nztvawards.co.nz. Now, before you go, a special message from me all about positivity and something that will help you live your life better. Just remember, Kiwis, you are bloody great. See you next week.